Hello. I'm here. I just woke up. I'm trying to adjust the audio. Can you guys hear me? Look at my just woke up face. Morning, everyone. Oh my god. I still have white paint in my hair from yesterday. How are we doing? There's a makeup look I want to do, and I'm scared, and the reason why is sleep painting. Yes, we're sleep painting today because there's too many makeup looks that I want to do, and Christmas is approaching too quickly. So I put out a thing on Twitter, and I let other people decide if I was going to stream. I made a tweet that said if this gets 1 like, I'll do a stream. So here we are, doing the stream. 1 second, let me say hi to everyone, because good God, what time is it? How are some of you guys awake? It's like 11:44 a.m. This is an obscene time. Hi Jay, hi Ode, hi Esdras, hi Presently, hi Delpha, hi Mercenary, hi Did I sleep in too long? Hi Gamerly, hi The Returner, hi Peace. What the hell is going on? Been you since 4 a.m. as body clock is all lit. Been you? Be not. Be not. Runehilda, hi Runehilda. Runehilda, is this a better time for you? Daytime stream. Yes, this is the time. Yeah, I don't know what time zone I'm in. Thank you again for that subscription there, Ode. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Happy Thursday. Oh my god, Thursday already. Audio is good. You can hear. Hi, Nostro. What a great intro. Did you make it yourself? Yes, my partner and I made it together. Some of us work early mornings. Oh, it's 5:45 a.m. Whoa! To get up at 5:45 a.m. to go to work? Oh my god, Runehilda. Rip you. Anyway, I hope you're all good. I was frantically trying to clear my desk, and I tidied what feels like my entire room in the space of 9 minutes while I was waiting for the starting soon screen to fully load. But also, I got my breakfast. Can I type the who command? You can. It'll be wrong. I don't know how wrong. 9 streams ago wrong. But I remember the good old days of waking up at noon to get to work on the latest shift. Been a while though. Ah, the latest shift. There it is. Hi Michael, how are you? Signal in the staff room is so trash, but I'm here to say GG on streaming. Thanks, May. I hope you have a good day at work today. Thanks, Dusty. I'm gonna do like that trend, the candy cane one, on my way home from work. Last working day for the year. Nice, Nostro, nice. Well done. Making it through. We did it. No, I make it sound like I helped. So I'm actually going to be streaming twice today. I'm slowly feeling like I'm waking up a bit more. I have a Huel for breakfast. That's what I'm doing. I have Huel. I normally do 1 scoop, but recently I've been enjoying the 2 scoops, and I put a little bit of soy milk in there as well. So it's far. I have. Hi, this is my morning routine. I lay in bed. I see if there's any trends that I can jump on. I'll tell you about my morning. I lay in bed. I see if there's any trends, and when I open my social media, I check my notifications. I see if there's any trends that I'm like, okay. Oh my god! Perfect timing, Presently. Thank you so much for gifting a tub. Thank you so much for gifting us up to Winter Solace. Thank you so much. Thank you, Presently. That is a very, very, very good alert for the time of day that it is. You'll know it makes sense. Hey! I'm done working until the 9th of January? That's awesome. The 9th? The time of finding out the most Christmas in retail overheard conversation is what's going to get me through the day. I'm glad. Maybe we should do this every year. Give you little things to get through the day. Yuletide antics. This is such a... All I've done so far is woken up. I've answered some of my Instagram questions. I didn't ask me anything yesterday. Some questions are really stupid. Why are you so cute? I don't know, born this way. I'm happy about it too. But I don't know why. And then I go through social media, I see if there's any trends I can jump on and do very quickly. Last night I kind of went a little bit, I don't want to say like my I don't know, my mind went other places with this makeup look, and I was filming things on my desk, and I was sat there this morning. I was like, I'm just going to make the desk video. So I did the desk video this morning while I was laid in bed, and I thought that was pretty fun. I enjoyed doing that. I thought it was funny. And then I posted that on socials. What else did I do this morning? I watched a lot of TikTok. The problem with TikTok is I go there to do a post, and then I end up watching it, and then I get stuck. And I don't realise that I'm there. Anyway. And then I was like, do I want to do this stream? Should I do this stream? And I was like, I probably should do the stream, because what am I going to do if I don't do the stream? Will I actually do that video that I need to do? And I was like, I might not do the video, but I also need to figure out a look that I'm going to do for payday later. I don't know what I'm going to do. Even I don't know. So I've got to wing it. And then I was like, I'll ask social media if I should stream. So I wrote, if this gets 1 like, I will do a stream right now. And it did. Thank you, May. I'm up very early. So incisive and complex. Wow, so deep. It's just so deep. I had to explain to staff twice that Yorkshire puddings are not desserts. Peter, who do you work with? But seriously, Mel, why are you so cute? What country are you from? England. On the winter solace. Oh, Banks, you can gift a sub to anybody on Twitch. So somebody on Twitch has it. Morons. Yorkshire puddings can be used as desserts, though. Oh my god, can you imagine turning a Yorkshire pudding into some kind of, like, absolutely catastrophic eclair? Are you a makeup artist? I like to classify myself as an artist that uses makeup, but in the professional industry standard, I wouldn't necessarily say that I was a makeup artist. Because it kind of has a different meaning. 20 to 30 minutes of driving. Enjoy. Drive safely. Good night, sailor. Yeah, some people put cream and jam in them and have it as a dessert. I haven't even had my morning fuel yet, May. Like... Mate, can you just give me a minute before you start spouting this absolute atrocity? What are you talking about? Jesus Christ. Who puts jam in a Yorkshire pudding? Even I think that's ridiculous. And I used to drink food colouring. So please, Peter, these are the people who are trying to put the Yorkshire puddings in the desserts aisle. Hey, Yanks, morning. What time is it for you? Are you a PlayStation 1 Grinch speedrunner? Some will say slow runner. They're savoury profiteroles. That's an absolute abomination. They're neutral taste, though. You watch this stream get out of hand, and I'm just going to slowly slide into my Payday 3 stream at 6 PM tonight. Because I can't concentrate because you lot are spouting absolute obscenities. In this chart, here, Yorkshire pudding. I can't even spell dessert. Oh my gosh. No. No. This is so sorry, this is so funny. No. Absolutely not. There's a pear in here. Is that from the pear tree? On a partridge. This. No. This. I'm a truther. This sits here. This. So let's all take a good look at this. This is a Yorkshire pudding with what looks like ice cream, blood, pears, and I don't know what seeds they are, and a crouton. And yeah, lawful evil. They've desecrated the Yorkshire. I'm not gonna lie, it looks kind of good. I was like, hear me out. I can't believe I have to leave this hugely important part of the stream. May just quit. Just quit your job. Ice cream and croutons in the bin. This sits. May thinks this lives here. No. This sits in the evil aisle. This is a Yorkshire pudding. It deserves gravy. It goes off the tray. It lives here with me. I still haven't had my morning Huel, okay? I've had literally a droplet and I'm already upset. The toad in the hole is a relative of the Yorkshire pudding. In the family tree. Neutral evil. But not the ooey American gravy. Yeah. That, I don't know. I don't understand. Does American gravy have milk in it? I thought it was white or creamy. I don't know. Chat, I'm so sorry. Look, I'm so... No, you're distracting me so much. I still haven't had my morning Huel. It's white! Alright. You know what? I haven't even had a drop of water today. And this is how you treat me. It is Dusty. I haven't even had my morning Huel. I have coffee, the coffee Huel. This is my morning coffee. Where does this belong on the chart? It's white and full of vegetables. I have no idea what they're doing. What are they doing over there? Then I make me sick. It's exactly what you've done. Let me have my... Leave me be. Okay, look, I'm the one streaming, saying everyone come in here. I'm equally like... What a cute troll. Okay, I'm going. Bye, May. Hi, Big Moo, how are you? Hi, Mel and hit chat. I don't want to hit chat. Have fun at the shops, Spanx. I had American, I saw the waitress say, I asked her for gravy, thinking this was a mix-up, but she was gravy. Oh yeah, no, one time I ordered a sandwich from Denny's in America and it was sweet. I ordered a ham sandwich and it tasted like sugar. It was crazy. I think you're all talking about sausage gravy, but that's not what we have most of the... Wait. Oh, wait. Mondo, do you have different types of gravy? Hi, Mondo. What time is it for you? I feel like I'm talking as if it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. When really, I went to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's what happened. Coffee Huel. That stuff's for interrogating an enemy. The enemy is my hunger in the morning. You're right, AC. This is what athletes drink. It's 6 a.m, but I haven't been asleep. Mondo! When are you planning on sleeping? Or just not? Yeah, sweet baked beans. That's, oh my god. Like, it's one of those things where you're so used to something and you have something thinking that you're going to know the flavour, right? And then when you bite into it, there's a level of confusion. I'm confused in baked beans. What? Because I think there's a lot of sugar in the bread as well. Because I experienced that in Japan when the bread is sweet. And I was like, the hell's going on over here? What's in that? We have beef gravy, chicken turkey gravy, sausage gravy. And what you're so you have to specify the gravy that you want. So how do I get the brown gravy? I work noon to midnight, so this is normal. Sorry, hang on, Mondo. I'm translating noon noon to midnight in my head. So you work, oh, right, sorry. So like, yeah. All right, 12. All right, afternoon, 12. Okay. Oh my god. Maybe this is harder to stream. How do morning people do this? I'm clearly not a very good morning person. And I feel like all it's taken is for me to just get up and try and stream. And you've all seen that I can't even comprehend sentences. A 9 out of 10 beef, but you can have chicken gravy. Oh, that's true. You can buy it, can't you? The chicken gravy granules. But I buy the red Bisto. Oh, the Tesco ripoff because money. And then but I've been told I should try the purple one. Fond? I don't know. I just all I know is the KFC gravy was really great until I found out what was in it and how it's made, and then I got disappointed, and then I was a bit like, I don't know what to do with this anymore, and so I haven't had it since, and I don't like the idea of it. Oh my god. This cold, it's making its way out. Hey Miss Mel, hope you're doing well. Good to see you on, even if it's way too early. This is far too early for me. Also, I don't like my number one fans here. How do I make it seem like my room is tidier than this? Oh my god, let's use this morning strength. I'm much happier with that. Don't be scraping a scrappy bit. Yeah, right, Fairy? Beef gravy is definitely brown. What colour is sausage gravy? Does it? Oh my god, Fairy, I didn't know that. I've been told that the purple one is like a hidden gem. I should try. I want to try it, but I'm also too lazy. I forgot about this. I was gonna blend it out when it was still wet, but forgot. An off-white sausage gravy. I don't even know if I've got makeup brushes to do this, chat. I don't know why I'm like this. Does sausage gravy have sausages in it? That's so, because it looks interestingly like a soup. Fairness, I feel like it would lack gravy texture for some reason. I feel like chicken gravy feels thinner. We have it in bulk, the purple Bisto. Peter? Peter, I love you know what, I need to tell you, I love the stuff that you come out with, because from working in a supermarket, sometimes you just say funny things which don't make sense if you don't know that you work in a supermarket. We have Pigton blankets gravy too. Peter, sorry, can I ask which supermarket? Like, is it, if it's, you don't have to tell me if it's very personal. When you say which supermarket do you mean? We have a white sausage gravy at this breakfast joint I eat at. Do you know what? I really struggle with breakfast places because I feel like it's too much in the morning. Though, or like a hot dog. This looks like an actual sausage from the picture I'm looking at. Is the liquid secreted from meat, fish or vegetables when heated. It can be diluted with water, be used as a sauce base. Yeah, that makes sense when I think about the KFC gravy. Rhymes with Hesco, got it. So, at Asda, Peter, sausage and is eaten mostly with... Oh, Mondo! I'm just not going to start, okay? I still haven't had my morning huel, okay? Our biscuit, thank you, Mondo. Thank you. Thank you. I haven't finished my huel yet. Buddy Bion, jail time for you. Jail. Go straight to jail, please. What was I going to say? My ear has popped. No, as in my ear is for some reason doing that thing when you have a cold and it's blocked. So the breakfast joint in me has this breakfast omelette, bacon, ham, chorizo, cheese. Cheese should be spelt with a Z. It looks better. And hashi browns. Hashi browns? That is the cutest way I've ever heard someone say a hash brown in my entire life. I'll have a hashi brown. Stop. Oh my god, that's so cute. I know, Theo. I asked on Twitter if I should stream and it turned out I should. I think we've had enough. Fairy Dust, did you want to tone it down, right? Yeah, go on, Fairy Dust. I mean, you could maybe slap it on some cookies, but I'm not sure how that would taste. Mondo, do you know what? I'd try it. I'd try it. 14 weeks until Mini Faye. Are you getting excited, Fairy? Fairy, just, which category do you fall in? Are you in love with being pregnant or are you kind of over it? Because Ghost sister-in-law did not have fun at all. She didn't like it. But I equally have another friend who adored it so much and felt like it was amazing. Which category do you fall in? Are you in like, I love being pregnant or not? I don't like this. I want this out. I'm ready to meet my new child myself. I probably would too. Sweet and savoury. Yeah. Do you know what, Mondo? Sweet and savoury can be good. Although I'd try it. I don't know if I'd like it, but I'd try it. I recently, over the past year, become a fan of red onion, and that's very unlike me. I should blend this out because I look like I belong in... Is it Kandinsky painting? Kandinsky. Yes, that's the one I was... That's the correct answer I was looking for. Well done. Well done, brain. We got there. It's called a meat lover's omelette for... Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's called a meat... Oh my god, I'm sorry. I stopped at Hashi Brown, so I didn't see the actual rest of the ingredients. Whipped up with 3 eggs. So delicious. My housemates at university used to do this thing where they would... I don't know why they did it. I think it's bonkers. Just so we're all clear. I think this is crazy. They used to do this thing... where they would challenge each other every day to have an egg that had to have an omelette that had maximum amount of eggs that they could physically withstand, and their personal best was 15 egg omelette. They would make an omelette that had 15 eggs, but for one person. Look at this white paint stuck everywhere. Story of my life. Oh wow, I'm down for that challenge. Paragon, so do it. Let us know. Yeah, the thing is that it was one of them was the same housemate that would put an entire tub of peanut butter into thank you, headphone lady, into a smoothie, and put 2 scoops of protein powder in it, and call it a protein shake, and do that every day. An entire jar. I'm not joking. The entire jar. The whole thing. The whole thing. One time he even left his spoon in there. In the smoothie. Just 2 scoops a week. 15 eggs. Y'all like to think that I'm crazy, but look who I've been surrounded by my entire life. It's much better now that I'm not sick every 5 minutes, but I will miss feeling her kick inside my belly for sure. My sister's currently 36 weeks, and she is done. She's trying all the ways to induce herself. Yeah, I feel like it gets to a point where you're like, oh my gosh. Hi, Elena, how are you? Sorry, is it Elena or Elena? Let's get this white paint away. Must have been low on iron. I think he was just crazy. I struggle to grocery shop as is. I can't imagine a dozen eggs not being enough for us. Can you imagine? Yeah. I'm thinking like, how many eggs am I going to need this week? 250 or? Isn't this stream a little bit early? Yes. I've just woken up. I haven't even finished my breakfast. We're doing the tape trend. Over the eyes. Some of you might have seen it. Some of you maybe not. That's okay. Where is this piece of dust that is stuck to my face? Oh, it's a bristle from a makeup brush. Hi, Nightbreed. How are you? It doesn't matter. Okay, only if you're sure. Thank you so much. Oh my god, peekaboo. I don't know, but it's... sorry, I do know. It means that you can claim a bonus reward if you're actually watching and not lurking because you click on it. However, a lot of the time it doesn't work for me either on other people's streams. So I think it's just a thing that's just balked. I wondered if it was because of an ad blocker actually beforehand, but I don't know. 15 every day is... 15 every day for a week is 105 eggs, assuming that they don't have a lunch. Yeah, that's bonkers, isn't it? That amount of egg. Because also, I think technically speaking, for people who are obsessed with like the gym, I think it's only the egg whites. I was told from a friend who did bikini fitness competitions, so she would shred. She would bulk and shred. It was like her routine was absolutely bonkers. Anyway, and she said she was allowed a maximum of 2 yolks per day, but she needed the egg whites. It was the whites that she needed. That's why they buy them in the containers, in the cartons, and it's just egg whites. So apparently what happens is, in a lot of factories, they'll get separated by machine. That's why you can buy like just the yolk, and apparently that goes to bakers, and you can buy just the whites, and that goes to like gym people. That's why they get separated out. And I didn't know that. She said like, yeah, she was only allowed the whites. Well, 2 yolks a day. The panic would have been real during the egg shortage in the pandemic. You really would. I like to think he would have stopped during the pandemic, but I don't know. Actually, he runs a restaurant van now. You know, one of those like food truck. Oh my god, restaurant van. I mean, it's kind of right, I guess. Never subscribed to a channel before, so it's new to me. Oh, really? Also, I've 10. Oh my god, that's so many points, Peekaboo. Nice. They do tend to total up a lot if you just kind of lurk as well. So, yeah. No, that's really awesome though. Yeah, the claim rewards thing, it's I actually think that you don't even need to subscribe for it to have them. It just doesn't really work very well. I think Restaurant Van Friday. I used to love Restaurant Van Friday. Until I dropped my chicken sandwich. I listened not long ago to a podcast where one of the people on the show set a goal of eating an egg every day in 2023. Eating an egg. Like, anyway, or like they just had to have an egg somehow. Egg whites are high in protein, as I have a few friends that have them doing, it's the gym people, isn't it? Yeah, it's the... Sometimes I think gym people look crazy from the stuff that they do. Oh, I'm so happy with this chat. I think sometimes gym people look crazy. Like the gym people that I used to know, like they used to just open like a tin of tuna, but they brine and all, and then just eat it with a fork, and that would be their lunch. Hi, Cinemichael. I've decided to just embrace going bonkers, and so now I'm online. I still haven't finished my morning coffee. I'm just over a third of the way to redeeming Canada Milk. We're so close. We're so close, Mary. I see gym people eat them raw. I don't think I could stomach it raw. I don't really like the texture. I don't like textures of things that feel quite slimy, I've learned. I don't like slimy stuff. I found I didn't really like natto very much. I really, really kept trying to enjoy it and like it, but especially because with the natto, I think one of the ways a lot of people eat them is on rice, with natto. So rice, natto, and then a raw egg. And I was like, I just couldn't do it. Ghost managed to stomach it, but he didn't really enjoy it, but it wasn't really for me. I don't really like I don't really like the texture of it. For me, was really off-putting. Restaurant van somehow sounds shadier than food truck. It does, doesn't it, Mondo? It does accidentally make it sound a lot worse. The American gel breakfast thing. Oh, yeah, those things when it comes in like a packet and you like... Last time I went to a food truck Friday here, one of them had these shrimp and lime. That sounds so nice. Lime. I really like lime. Of course, Fairy. Are you painting the bedroom for your new little one? Sorry, I know you're like, I'm gonna go lurk, and then here I am asking you more questions. Sorry, I need to get tape. That's what I need to do. I'm still in my pajamas. Oh, I've got... It's just the only tape I've got for this. Alright. Nice, Fairy! Oh, I'm sure it's gonna feel like a dream come true. I'm doing this with fragile tape. Hang on a minute. I gotta quit recording. So the only tape I have is fragile tape. So we're using that. My mate from America had a Lunchable, but it was a gummy pizza version. So she had a red jelly for the sauce and gummy. No! No, Cinema, that sounds awful. No. Do they serve that to children? For lunch? This... Oh, I need scissors. Oh, they're here. I think I just cut some of my hair off. Yeah, we did. Do I want it there? No, it's gone mental. I want it here. I want it here. I look like Rambo. Is this part of your therapy sessions? This tape doesn't stick very well to my face. Yeah, I didn't handle slimy texture very well either. Why I don't like dishes that are thickened with okra. Do you know what? Okra I think is the limit for me. I can have okra, but if I was just eating okra, like, and it was just okra, I think I'd suffer. This is, how do I get it over my nose in a way that it feels better? Are you okay, Mel? Yeah, I've never been better. Why? You come off as someone eating a fragile warning. No, but my parcels do. My baggage. It's not funny. This is tough. This is tough chat. Do you know what? I think I need to cut it to smaller pieces. That makes sense. Package is fragile. Right. This is part of the breakdown I saw you having a few days ago. Yes. Okay. We are slowly aligning. Hi, Ben. How are you? I look away for 2 seconds and then this happens. It's all part of the plan. Don't worry. All part of the plan. No. Right, hang on a minute. I want that. I want this line. Here. Fabulous. Right. Good. Good. There's a plan! Yes. Obviously. All right. I think. Yeah, think that looks good, right? Yeah. Still haven't finished my morning coffee. Itch your nose terribly. I find it kind of comfy. Can you remember before? It was like 2 years ago when some of you guys were like, Mel is a chaotic person. And I was like, no, I'm not. What are you talking about? And I didn't know. I've been doing this my entire life and I didn't know that I was... Fragile tape is so weak. For something that is a warning, it's actually a very weak type of tape. It makes sense that it's weak, that it's fragile. Oh my god. Stop it. Oh my god. I think Mel misunderstood. Like, yes. No, but I've still got one nostril. When I do it, I've got one nostril available. Look. At least I could tell both nostrils work that way. Oh no. Can we play Nightmare on Christmas now? Oh my god. Stop. I'm trying to decide what to do next. You're gonna make me sniff now. It's been an hour. I think all I've done in this hour is complain about my morning coffee. Okay, so think really hard. I need to look at a candy cane. That's what I need to look at. What do they look like? Candy cane. I want a swirly one. Ooh. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah. Yes. How do I do that? How do I draw this? Will you please stick to my face? Jesus, I'm going to pull out my carpet tape in a second and give myself a whole exfoliation. Right. Hey, Cosmic. Peanut butter. Right. I gotta think really hard, chat. 1 second. Let me do some hard. Let me just give you some hard. Jesus Christ. I just need to do some hardcore thinking. Oh, how the hell are we going to do this? I think like this. Let's make that smaller. All right, we're good. Do you want some words with that too? Words are hard. If you were to collect candy canes, make sure they are in mint condition.
Charge complete.
Thank you, headphone lady. I appreciate it. Ooh. Okay, we press this down again. Have you ever let chat take the wheel with the painters and each new step is decided by them, so it's just one concoction? Oh, do you know what, Cinemichael? I've actually done a couple of things similar in the past. One time I painted myself as lined paper, and then every time somebody subbed, like kind of like a subathon, but kind of not, I let them tell me what to doodle. So then I had doodles all over. They could pick like the colour, and so I would just had doodles all over myself. And I looked atrocious. And then another time I did a charity where every time every time we had hit £50, I just started painting a different character. So, and it was all Mario themed. So it was all like, so I think I started painting myself as Mario, and then when we hit 50, I just started painting like Princess Peach instead. And then just made some absolute awful concoction that way. And I'd just immediately paint something different. I'd switch every time. I'd just change that's what I did that before, and then that just ended. It was very ugly, but it was pretty fun. Ever since the Grinch painting, I feel a bit stuck around. Mondo, can you believe that was almost, I think, like 2 years ago now? Can you believe that? I actually bought another Grinch prosthetic because I want to do it again. Do I look like I fragile right across my face? Why are these not feeling as curly? Curly. That's confusing me. And so is this one. Right. So I'm thinking red, 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 red. So that makes that one red. Oh, this one's too far away. That's where I've effed up. Here. Do you guys have curly whirlies? Yeah, I think they suck. I don't know why people like them. It doesn't at all, does it, Mundo? No, I don't think it feels like it was that long ago. Sometimes I'm like, oh, you know, I want to do a certain paint, but then I'm like, oh, but I just feel like I've just done one, and then I look back and realize it was 2 years ago, and I'm like, oh. Time flies 3 times as fast. Oh my god, really? I wonder if, like, when you're an adult, like, things just take longer, so... And then there needs to be one more here. No, because then there's not enough space for another one. So then that means that, oh my god, this feels like maths, that this one should go here. Like this. And then this one this nose, I can't. Oh my gosh, this is so hard to figure out. Hang on a minute. I have it on this side, so why can't I have everything I ever dreamed of on this side? Hear me out. I'll just start painting it. What if I just start painting it and I just hope for the best? Maybe that will solve my problems. It won't. It will just delay them. All right, I got some brushes. This is a future mail problem. Exactly. Smashing, thank you so much for the 100 bits and the nice list sticker. I think time is faster because you sort of go into autopilot more because your brain automatically handles everyday tasks. So, like, how a journey doesn't seem like so long as the X time because you've already seen everything. I think that, yeah, I see what you mean. It feels quite sad in a way, doesn't it? Nice. Nice list. Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much for the Santa. And the bits. Thank you so much. Hey, Smashing. Oh, chat. I really need to clean my brushes. Oh, thank you for the posture check. Let me sit properly in my nice chair. All right. Let's go. Okay, so what I'm doing is completely ignoring the lines I've already done. And sketched out for myself. I'm just doing this new. So do you think the trick to making things like feel a bit longer would be to do new things more often? Oh my god, I thought I was gonna blow this tape off. Oh. I think it also seems quicker. Gesundheit, thank you very much. Thank you. Because it's becoming less of the total of your life. When you're a kid, a year is like the 10% of your whole life. That is such a good way to view it, Mondo. I am not sure about this nose thing. Okay. Right, so if I'm gonna... Hang on a minute. Right, so if I'm gonna pose like this, then this line is gonna have to go like that. Oh my god, that's what I dreamed about last night. I just remembered. I had a dream that I was part of some kind of like unique operation or whatever, like spy stuff. But they expected me to jump out of a window in the state of an emergency with dental floss as my rope, and they tied it to a pen that they just, like a ballpoint pen that they stuck in the wall. It wasn't a special pen. It was literally one of those cheap plastic ones that come with a plastic lid, and it was a cream pen. And I had to abseil down the side of this wall with it. And I remember being like, I'm not doing that. Are you joking? And they were like, this is all we have. And I had to go first. And I did. And I went down, and then I was like, oh, thank God, that was actually a lot less of a drop than I thought it was. And it was, anyway, so I made it. And when I got to the bottom, I saw somebody I knew, and they were having a review of their car boot sale store by some professional. They were giving professional advice on their, oh my God, Nostro! Oh my god. Oh my god, because I also hit pan on the white again. Oh my god. Thanks. Thank you so much. Oh my god. Thank you so much. Thank you for the wig, the mug, and the white paint as well. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my god. Thank you so much. So if anybody's wondering as well, because I may your Christmas be white. Oh, Niveus. If anybody is wondering, something that I'm doing with my wish list is I'm putting on like wigs on there that I kind of already have, and you might be like, she's already got a red wig. I've decided, I've always spoken about how much I've really wanted to do it. I'm gonna start getting the wigs for my split makeup looks. I want to do more makeup looks, which is like a straight half and half. But the reason why I haven't is because it really bothers me that the hair doesn't match. So thank you. So I'm going to take a bunch of wigs, and I'm going to separate them in the middle, and then I will temporarily stick them together, so I can do a lot of makeup looks where the hair will be correct on both sides. So thank you so much. That is really kind. Actually, do you know what's really exciting about that is the red wig that I was really excited about to go with the black wig that was gifted yesterday, because I wanted to do Red Sonja and Vampirella as a split. So thank you very much. Thank you. That's really kind. Thank you so much. And also, I really like that mug because I feel like I do the graveyard shift. Thank you so much. Oh my god, you guys are amazing. Oh, that's so exciting. Maybe I should get a box so I could put all the split wigs in there so they're separated from the rest of my wigs. So I pull one wig out and it's just half of one and I get confused. Thank you very much. That's really kind. Oh, chat. You do so much for me. And look at me. Is this the recommended tape for face painting? I don't actually know if there is a recommended tape for face painting. This is the only spare tape I had which seemed appropriate. The other one that I could have used, but I would have rather not, is carpet tape. Kings, thank you so much. Lunchtime, I have to get back to work. Oh.
Bye, Mel and chat.
Bye! I forgot I enabled text-to-speech. Thank you so much. Thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you! Thank you, thank you. It's hard to give any more subs. That's true, Nostra. Yeah, I feel fair enough. The tape is matching the colour scheme, yeah. I was thinking about that earlier when I put it on. I was like, Hi, Infernal, how are you? How are you? Mel, I'm amazed in your fragile state you still have the strength and toughness from being in extreme. Aw, thank you so much, AC. That's very kind, thank you. No sleep, super tired, but the sun is up and I have a doctor's appointment to see why I'm not sleeping very well. Hey, well at least you're going to see if you can get some answers from it, so that's really good. Red, white, fox, god mask with fragile tape all over it. I'm trying to do candy cane. We're slowly getting there. Whatever it takes. Okay, we're getting somewhere, chat. I have a weird job. Oh, yeah, definitely Banks. Yes. I think my job is bizarre. However, I find it bizarre when I kind of just look at it from a different perspective. Like, this is literally what I do. I think when I am quite logical about a lot of things, yeah, it sounds like it makes a lot of sense. For instance, when I do the promotions for video game companies, like when I do Payday 3, and like I've made a vertical video, like I've made a fun video for social media to essentially, you know, get some attention on the game, then yes, it makes sense because you know, you make a Japanese no. Oh, you were thinking of like Rising Sun? No. Like I'm still Christmassy, and then it makes sense when I kind of put it in that way. But when I look at the process of getting to making that video, then yes, sometimes I look at it and I'm like, okay. Thanks, thank you so much. Thank you. Tell me more about this Payday 3 you speak of. Yeah, there's a new DLC that's come out, and I'll be playing it later today. I'm really excited about it. I've got a sponsored stream tonight, chat. Thank you so much, Banks. I really hope that you love the emotes. They're all Lara Croft. I worked super hard on trying to make a full set, so I really hope that you love them. Thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you so much for supporting me. We can only hope we find work that is so much fun we want to do it more. We think this is... It's Wait, hang on a minute, AC. Let me just... Hang on, AC. Could you just do me a favour? Just run that last bit by me one more time. Bye for now, Nostro. Thank you so much. I really admire anyone who manages to make a living from their passion. Thank you. It was very difficult. It was very difficult. I've done it for a really long time, and I genuinely didn't think I was going to be able to do it. And sometimes I still have days where I think that, and I'm like, oh, I don't know about this. But I keep trying. I keep doing it. I think one of the things that you've got to remember for yourself on days like this is like, you just got to turn up. Even if you're just turning up for yourself, you just got to turn up just for yourself. Like, you know, you still turned up. That snowmelt picture came out so good. Oh, thanks. That was just the one I took on my phone. I think that look was quite fun because I felt like it was quite a straightforward and easy look as well. But I've never done a snowman or snowmel makeup look before. So I've been really enjoying kind of like just playing around with doing certain looks that I've always wanted to do, but ones that are a bit more simple. It's been fun. It does actually, yeah, it does look kind of similar to a kabuki mask. I hope I can still make it look a bit Christmassy, so that my intention is clearer. Actually, it will probably look that way when I put like my fluffy hat on. When I put on my fluffy hat, I think I think the vibes will be quite clear. I imagine you'd be able to get work doing makeup and special effects for TV if you wanted to. Pretty rare skill set, I think. Those ones require quite a lot of training because you have... So the thing is regarding... So the reason why I wouldn't be able to is because you need to be trained in hygiene for that. And I'm not trained in hygiene because I'm only self-taught. I think I could very easily do a course and get that training if I wanted to, but the courses for special effects makeup are quite expensive, but you still learn quite a lot. And I think what's also really important is like, so I think I'm pretty decent at doing makeup on myself, but when it comes to doing makeup on somebody else, I don't really know like how to match their skin tone or anything, you know what I mean? So I think for now, yeah, I could, if I wanted to, like, go study. But I definitely still have to have a bit of training if I was going to do that. I wouldn't be able to just walk in. Not that that's what you said, but just in general. It's a little bit like, you know how tattoo and piercing studios have to have, like, really strict hygiene for obvious reasons? It's the same kind of thing. The fragile tape perfection. Thanks, Theo. How are you? Yeah, exactly, Banks. So that is a big thing. Like, I always wonder, like, if I were to stop doing this as like a social media thing, like, and I wanted to carry on, like, what would I want to do with it? So it's nice. I think it's nice to know that the options are there. Like, I could study and go train in that, I think, if I wanted to. Because I went to bed at 5 a.m. and I feel dead. Are you working today, or are you finished work now for Christmas? You just finished? Nice. Phew. Bless your soul. Oh my gosh. You're working all days beside the 25th and the 26th, so you're still working over the Christmas period? Oh, Theo. That's rubbish. I think in some jobs, they, depending on certain hours, I don't know, maybe some of you guys know about it. Don't you get paid, like, more because it's classed as, like, antisocial hours? Because when I was younger and I had to work in a factory, it was the worst thing in the world. Anyway, and I had to work in a factory, and because I worked weekends throughout the day, it was classed as antisocial hours, because that's when people would, like, want to do stuff with their time. So they would pay people more because they knew it was an undesirable shift. And then all I did was I just worked weekends. No, you're not projecting at all, Banks. I think you're just, like, looking at how cool, like, the whole industry is and realising how much work goes into it. But, like, full latex masks, so when it comes to, like, special effects makeup, it's really cool. It's a massive industry. You would typically have people who specialize in different areas. So some people will specialize in a latex mask. Other people would specialize in, like, taking that mask and applying it. you just get like different, like SFX as a whole covers quite a large genre. It even includes like puppeteering and animatronics. So, and foam fabrication, which actually is very similar to what a lot of cosplayers do. A lot of cosplayers technically work in foam fabrication. So when you see like giant dinosaurs, some of them are made out of foam, and that will be classed as special effects. And that's why when like people talk about SFX, like it's a very, very broad subject. But when it comes to things like the Grinch, there'll be somebody who will cast and build the prosthetics and the suits for that, and that's what they do, is like they work on big suit builds. So usually I think that you would like hire an SFX company. When I was studying the Stan Winston School of Character Arts online, it was really interesting seeing how different people have like the different areas that they would specialize in. I think a lot of the stuff that I do would be more advertising, because I do a lot of paint work, so it's more like to get attention on certain things. Or something like this, I think is more like editorial piece, like that's how this would fit into things. But yeah, so latex masks are really, really interesting. But like, I think like building a prosthetic, oh my gosh, like it takes so much work. I don't have the patience. But yeah, they're really, really interesting. The more like, I feel like the more that you deep dive into the SFX world, the more you realize how skilled you have to be to pull that stuff off. Oh yeah, thanks. It's really you definitely should. Do you know for the Grinch? I don't know how much you know, so forgive me if you already know about it. The suit, they had to train Jim Carrey to have like is it FBI level torture training, because when they built the suit, obviously it was a very long time ago that it was done. It was itchy. They didn't install something in the suit so that he could go to the bathroom. I think it was 8 hours of makeup every day to get into the Grinch. And it was uncomfortable. Like, he was not comfortable in it at all. That I think a lot of people talk about how he was very, very unkind. And I don't think it's an excuse like, oh yeah, but he was uncomfortable, so there's no need to be unkind. But equally, it kind of goes to show, yeah, all the stuff in his face though, like all the hair. So whenever, and obviously like, I'm nothing compared to that level, but I can tell you when I've done stuff with fake hair, it gets in your mouth. It's disgusting. So he couldn't imagine he's got the hands. He can't pull the hair out of his mouth. Just as, I don't know if this happened to him, but like, because his hands are covered in hair. And that hair, like, sometimes you feel it, like, feeling like it's going down the back of your throat. Like, when I've stuck on, like, crepe hair. It's disgusting. And it feels awful. And having to act in all of that. Yeah, imagine all those wispy hairs and stuff. Imagine, like, when you get, like, a hair in your mouth and you're like... And it's very, like, it's stuck, but you wouldn't be able to remove it. And, there's a lot of little things that are extremely uncomfortable. So, sometimes... And there was another one... What film was it? I was reading about it, one of my SFX makeup books. I think it was from the Evil Dead, and they had somebody in a full body, I think it was a full body like monster suit, but it was an extreme, oh yes, that's what they said. It was an extremely hot day, and they were on a roof, and there was no air conditioning, but the suit, so there was somebody in a suit, a whole monster suit, they had to rig them up in the air and spin them to the point where they were struggling to film it, because when they were spinning this guy who was in this monster suit, sweat was spraying and pooling out from his ankle shoes, from the bottom of the suit. It was physically spraying out because it was that much that they could collect it in a cup at the end of the day when they took his suit off, because pools of sweat, of water sweat, would come out like that. Imagine having to be stuck. I know, it's so gross, isn't it? Then you think about the stuff that they essentially have to go through, but somebody has also had to build sort of stuff like that. But they would learn and be like, oh my god, like, we didn't know it was going to be so hot, like, we need to add more ventilation in case things get too hot in the future. So I do think a lot of it is still a learning curve, because things get built for an actor or for an actor, that's why you'll see them take full body casts or like head casts, and they'll mold it. So Angelina Jolie for Maleficent, so the horns that you see, and the reason why they're so tight to her head is actually because her hair has been woven into the horn, and the horn is they're magnetized. So she had this, I think it looked a bit more like a grid, and it would be woven into the top of the horns there, and then the top of the horns, which were the rest of the pointy part. So I suppose it looked a little bit like Hellboy would get magnetized on. But the reason why how they did that was obviously they had to take a whole head cast of her so that it would fit perfectly on. It just sounds terrible. Yeah, I don't want that. Whatever that is, I don't want it. So yeah, there's a lot like this. It's so interesting, the stuff that happens with SFX. Like, another thing that I thought was really interesting was when you see and they're playing like snooker or pool in a bar, the balls that they're using are actually tennis balls that have been shaved and repainted, because when they're playing, the noise of the balls is too loud and the sound guys don't want it because it disrupts the audio. So that sound is actually added in later in post-production. So when they hit them, it doesn't make a noise, and you can focus on the actors who are speaking or the dialogue. And the same thing for those in America. Yeah, the pool balls are there, the tennis balls. It's so interesting, isn't it? Like, I love learning about it and I love researching it. I just think it's so cool. Another one that you see is when you see the paper bags that in American shows where they're carrying groceries in them, they're made out of vinyl because they don't want the noise. So again, noises are added in later. Yeah, like, and but that's what I think is the coolest thing ever, Bryce. Like, you would never know because it's designed that way. The power of knowledge. Yeah, and another thing that's really interesting I found recently is when there's silence in a film, they haven't just cut the audio. They've recorded silence from that room because silence sounds different in different places. So they will record the empty room, and it sounds like it's so silly, but they're like, I don't know how to describe it, but it doesn't sound right. So you have to go to the room that it is filmed in and make sure it's dead silent, and then record that silence, and that silence is put in. And somebody said it's the same way that water doesn't really have a taste, but it tastes different in different places. And they said that's what the sound of silence is like in films. It doesn't sound right because it's the silence from the wrong room, or it's the silence that you can't just cut the audio. I just think it's so interesting. Like, it's fascinating. Strange paint, I still love it. Yeah, there's so many makeup looks I want to do before Christmas, so I'm trying to squeeze them all in. Is water wet though? Don't do me like this, Bryce. But overall, like, the SFX makeup industry is very, very... the SFX industry is very interesting, I think. That was silence that actually hurt me. I couldn't stand it for long. No, I haven't. One sec. Alright, hang on, chat. Let me just paint this. I thought I heard buzzing. Do you know what, Peter? You heard my phone before I did. And I'm in the same room as it. You heard it through the internet. Okay. Oh, do you know what, Peter? Maybe because it went through the microphone mount, actually. Best job ever, right? Fish. No. Yeah, I worked in a fish factory before. My dad literally was like, you're working in the factory over summer because I want you to do a job that you hate so much. You're going to work so hard at university that you don't want to end up back there again. And yeah, it worked. Like, it worked. Fair enough. Like, so I want you to know. I want you to know what it's like to do a job like this. That's actually genius. Good dad. He is. Yeah, he's a good dad. But yeah, he was like, you're gonna work there, and you're not gonna like it, but you're gonna do it. And he was like, and it's gonna make you work really hard. And it did. It really did. I didn't want to end up back there. I was scared. I didn't like it. Now they have IR for that. So they take a low to high frequency sweep and record it, and that frequency response is used to tweak the recorder. Really, Mort? That's so interesting. I do like seeing. Oh, hang on. I want to pull the tape off. I'm so excited. I think it's really cool seeing how tech makes a. Oh, hang on a minute. Can I add a little bit there? Makes a difference in like what we can do now. I don't think everything needs to be CGI. I think a good balance between CGI and practical effects is good. Do you no longer? No. I'm totally fine. It's just more so. It's just good to know. You just learn a lot about food production. Best motivation I've ever had. Wondrous, right? Please don't send me back. Okay, let's pull the tape off. Ooh! Ow! Does it work? Does it work? Does it work? There we go. Nice. Okay, cool. Okay, this part needs cleaning up a little bit. Whew. one of the jobs they gave me, which I think was probably the worst one, was to stand next to the conveyor belt and watch the fish go past and look for defects. And I had to do that for a 12-hour shift. I had to just stand there and look at it. And the worst thing was, they stationed me in front of a clock. Room tone is the term I was trying to remember. I know from the Corridor digital guys. Oh, room tone! How interesting. Yeah, it felt like torture. I had to do that a few times, I think. I can't remember how many times, but they were the worst days. Those days were not fun. Right, let's do the rest of my makeup. You get used to it and you don't realise. Yes. Yeah, I think it was the lingering smell that really, really was off-putting. But then, like, it would stick. It would, like, stick in the car because you've sat in the car. You just felt like you couldn't get rid of it. You must have learnt so much stuff. Yep. Yep. Yeah, there's a reason why you can still buy you don't have to buy branded stuff, I'll tell you that. They literally just change the labels between different supermarkets and sell the same stuff, and it's come from one factory. Cat burglar. Yeah, so there's this trend going around at the moment, which is it's where you do the tape thing. And I think it's kind of cute, so I wanted to give it a go too. But I thought it was quite an interesting trend. I've done similar stuff to it in the past, but nothing like no straight line. So I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. I'd like to try. Feels more like a pinwheel candy paint. Oh, maybe, yeah. Pinwheel, yes. But is pinwheel candy also mint flavour? It must be, right? I don't think I've actually ever eaten one. Peppermint. Oh. Okay, and then powder. All right, okay, so yeah, I've eaten candy canes before. I don't think they're like crazy amazing, but they're okay. Like, I wouldn't lose my mind over one, you know? I think they're very pretty though. They just look nice. As a wizard, I go to Stonehenge tomorrow. Be a nice Christmassy thing to do. Hi V6, good morning. How are you today? And I never want to eat them. I think, yeah, absolutely. They just look cute, don't they? It's a very pretty sweet. Yeah, no more. That's definitely a good way to describe it. Candy canes look better. Preparing to travel for the holiday today. I'm so sorry, V6. Are you in preparation mode all day, or are you traveling later today and you're preparing to do the travel today? Or are you just preparing today? You're traveling today, okay. Oh my gosh, do you have far to travel? For the holiday. Sorry. I think I made that more confusing than it needed to be. I think that was me. I'm really sorry. I was trying to read in between all the lines with you. Like, no, I'm just going. $400 miles. Are you driving? Do you know what? I do think that there's also a big cultural thing I've noticed. Well, I don't know if it's a cultural thing. But so like in the US, it seems like you guys are totally cool with like driving 2 hours to go somewhere. I am not okay with that. And I've spoken to a lot of Brits. If you drive 2 hours somewhere, that's like I'm going on holiday. Like, I don't want to drive 2 hours to get anywhere. That is a long drive. That is a trip. That is a day out. No, it's so far. 8 hours. Oh my god. What are you doing up so early? It's a really good question. 2 hours is a long drive in America. That's the thing, isn't it? Absolutely. That's so crazy. 2 hours is such a long drive, and I like when people are like, "Oh yeah, it's, you know, just gonna go." I think I have a friend, and they go to like a sports thing every week, and it's like 2.5 hours away, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" That's so crazy, and it's just like, "Oh, you're just going to practice." Practice? That's crazy. hours for lunch? 4 hours is a holiday for some of us. Yeah, it is. You have to go 2 hours to get anywhere. That's wild, V6. Like, that is honestly so crazy. Like, I would not. I would absolutely not. Life outside a big city? Not everywhere. Not necessarily like it takes my dad like 20 minutes. Like, this is not really a thing. Our hometown, 18 hours. 18 hours. I will say though, Mondo, the thing that I think is really wild, isn't it? In the US, your domestic flights are very high priced. And I think, like, I'm not, are you joking me? That's so far away. Like, it took me 20 minutes to get there. Just fly. But absolutely, their domestic flights are really, really pricey. Like, insane prices. I think it costs less for me to fly from here, the UK, to LA than it would for someone to be able to fly from LA to Texas. So it makes, so from a financial point, you know, it actually makes more sense to drive, which is crazy. Fairy dust. Almost 4 miles. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Without flying? How did they get to Australia as the last bit? How did they do? Where? From where? Wait, from which country was the last leg? And then you have a car where you get there and go, yeah, that's the thing, isn't it, Mondo? Because when, and I know this, like, I understand now, this was an extremely naive thing to think. When Ghost and I were going to LA last year, I was really excited, and my friend from DeviantArt, who was working at DeviantArt at the time, was like, cool, like, how are you guys, you know, getting from the airport to the apartment that you're gonna stay? We stayed in this apartment for one night, and I was like, oh, we'll just, I don't know, like, we'll just take the train or a bus. And he was like, no. He was like, you can't do that. And I was like, why? Like, why? It's from the airport. Like, you must be able to, we'll figure it out. And he was like, I'm coming to pick you up. And we were like, but you can probably, but we'll just find a train and jump on the train and go that way. And he was like, no, I'm going to be there. He was like, don't worry about it. And I was like, really? Okay. Like, it's very kind of you. And then when we started looking into just trying to get the train anyway, we were like, how do you get the train? Oh, Clementine. Yeah. I think a lot of people Uber. That's the only thing I could think of. I had to get an Uber the previous time. I know, I still haven't finished it, Faye. It takes me ages. It's basically my lunch now. I had a friend that visited some family in the middle of the country. They at one point asked if they wanted to come to Walmart. An hour into the drive, they were like, how much longer is this? And I was like, 3 hours to go to Walmart? See, the new superhero Candy Woman. Who is she? Nobody knows. On all our cities, I want to establish conversation once you get to them. It's, yeah, Gamerly. Do you know what? I will say, I was very surprised that LA didn't have it. That was really quite shocking to me, because I really expected it to be quite well established that it would have a really good transport. Sorry, public transport. So, that was surprising. Yeah, it's like hypnosis. A ship from China to Australia. Oh, interesting. Oh, they went that way. I was like, do they get down as far as they could? Like, how did they do it? Right, I'm going to... I'm just figuring out how I want to do the eyeshadow. I think there might be a red in here. Yeah, there's a red in there. Alright, let's see what we can do. Those lines are sharp, thank you. We did it with tape earlier. Okay, so I'm thinking of going in and then doing the same thing on this side, but then using a darker shade on the red. It's typically pretty easy. I'm driving an hour home tomorrow. It was my brother's dog for about 14 hours. I am driving an hour home tomorrow. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. To watch my brother's dog for about 18 hours, then back here. I think an hour is an okay amount of time. But I think you're right in the sense of like everything is watch. Thank you. Sorry. I think you're right in the sense of like the driving is easier. But I suppose also another thing. Well, actually, no, I don't know. I think driving is easier, but I think it's also made easier because everyone drives automatic. You lot and your go-karts. Which, to be fair, we should do that. So in the UK, so I feel like driving is a lot of effort, but I was wondering why, and then I realised, and I was talking to somebody about it, and they're like, "Oh, everything's so easy, you know, it's like a go-kart," and I was like, "No, it's not." And then I realised I was talking to somebody who drives an automatic. I drive manual, so I was like, "Oh my god, no wonder." Stick shift. Absolutely, thank you so much for the Jingle Hype sticker and the 100 bits. Thank you so much. Thank you. Candy cane mill. Yep. When you visited, that's usually a 2-hour ride anywhere. No, I didn't. I don't know. I know this sounds like I'm being like ignorant to it, but I didn't know what traffic everyone was talking about. Though I have driven stick when I was younger. Yeah. So in the UK, most cars are manual. I'd like to try an automatic because that looks interesting. Mel is not fragile anymore. No longer. No longer. But yeah, sometimes I'm like, ugh, with the, the manual car. Stick! Yeah, so here we just call them, it's manual, but somebody was like, oh yeah, so told me, in America they call it stick shift. But when they told me, they said stick shift. So I'm stick. Yeah, some people do over here. Stick. Manual here. Is it? So Michael, I thought it was automatic over there. My favourite part of driving both is when I have been driving my manual car for a while and then I get to an automatic and my left foot goes to step on the missing third pedal. Honestly, do you know what? I'd really I'd really love to experience that. That sounds quite fun. Because I've never driven automatic. And somebody was explaining to me before, they were like, yeah, so you either go or you brake. And I was like, and the clutch. And they were like, no. And I was like, yes. And then I was really confused. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, because I just never considered an automatic ever, because I've never had to drive one. And then they were telling me, and I was like a go-kart? And they're like, yeah. And then in my head, I just imagine everyone else driving go-karts. Gearbox stick. Stick shift. We have auto and manual. Yes, I don't know. I thought you would all drive. I thought that the UK was just still behind. Go-kart nation was still behind. Everybody else on the planet drove automatic since I found this information, and it was just us left behind yet again. Thanks, Brexit. But this also made sense because somebody was telling me about like how cars are so expensive in where they were, and I was like, they were like, you can't get a car for like less than $12,000, and I was like, why? Because and they were like, and that's secondhand, and I was like, what are you talking about? And then again, it made sense when someone explained to me later on. When I say later on, literally like 2 months ago. Manual cars are cheaper to produce, so our cars here are cheaper because they're manual, whereas an automatic car is more expensive. And my friend was looking to buy an automatic car because she can only drive automatic and they don't drive manual there. And I was like, this makes so much sense now. Driving with both feet should be legal. I've heard of some people doing it though. I'm trying to figure out how I would drive with both feet and it feels uncomfortable. What kind of go-karts are you all driving? Is it not just gas and brake, no changing anything? Clementine, yeah. It's literally go or brake in an automatic car. There's no clutch. This blew my mind when I found out about it. My stepmom drives with both feet. It's how she learned decades ago. I feel like that would be uncomfortable. Do you know what? V6. She's got strong ankles. It does, doesn't it, Feed? I think when I put the when I add some more festive stuff to it, it'll look a bit more like what I'm intending it to look like. When I first started driving, I used both feet. My cousin took me for a drive and made me use only one foot. I almost immediately tried to brake, hit the wrong pedal, drove into a ditch and hit a tree. I was 13. Mondo, I was waiting for you to be like, this was last year. JoJo's Bizarre. No, I don't. I have never seen JoJo's. I've heard loads of people talking about it. I don't know anything about it though. Okay, let's add on some eyeliner. I drove with one foot and I haven't hit any more trees. Look, Mondo. Growth. What's real weird is my dad got an electric car and it allows you to drive with one pedal. So as you let go of the accelerator, it will begin braking. Whoa! V6, that's crazy. I grew up driving shtick. Shtick. I don't understand. Why am I early? The world's gone mad. Right? You really like the Bowsette one. Oh, thank you. I should try Bowsette again. And Bowsette was fun. I think I still have the wig somewhere. Do you know, Bang, I'm the same. I still find driving freaks me out a little bit. Because I think it can be quite dangerous and people don't realize how dangerous like driving can be sometimes. I think the thing that scares me is like people being irresponsible and then being able to get in a car. And that crazes that. I think that's crazy, but you know, like, it's just one of those things when you overthink it, isn't it? The auto braking. My dad has a car, and his car. Hang on. When you. Oh my god, what have I done? In my dad's car, it has a thing. So if you're doing like a hill start, it automatically keeps the brakes on. I think for up to 5 seconds until you swap to go. So you don't have to use the handbrake. Blew my mind when he told me about that because hill starts freak me out. But I thought that sounded pretty good. I just think, I want that. And not telling me it's loaded. I think sometimes, literally just know anything. Like, sometimes scary. I think driving is scary anyway. I've been in many collisions. I'm very well aware at this point. Oh, good. So I think some people are just really not aware. That's the thing that, like, you know what I mean? Like, it can be quite spooky. In GTA, even slower cars of LA Noire to be scared by it, to try it IRL. Yeah. The physics of it. I live in a close to a station. That's the thing, isn't it, Cinemichael? Like, because when I was living in London, there was absolutely no need. That's what happened. I lived in London. I didn't need to drive for years and years and years. And then I moved back home. And now I'm like... at the car. Because I think they're quite scary. I think cars are scary. So I'm trying to get my confidence back with driving, but... I think I'm nearly there. It's other people that freak me out. Or like a situation which I'm not sure, but obviously I'm still driving, so I'm like, I have to make a decision now. And ultimately, it's kind of other people that I find super scary. Because you get people who are just angry. For what, I don't know, but... And I get scared about what they'll do. Like, I remember one time, Ghost was trying to park the car and he was waiting for this guy to move. And this guy was there for ages. We were waiting for a really long time. So he did like a really light beep just to be like, oh, hey. And this guy, he like, I just don't understand how someone could be so angry. Got out of his car, started shouting at us in the street. And then... And Ghost had wound the window down to speak to him and trying to explain, saying like, look, we were just waiting to park and we didn't know if you knew we were here. And then the guy he was like screaming at us and Ghost was like, do you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm sorry. It's fine. And shut the window. And the guy tried to get in the car and he was like trying to open the door. And Ghost was like, if you touch my car again, I'm going to call the police. And then the guy just was like shouting at us. And then in the end, we just drove away. And like, it freaks me out that like people are like this. Why? For what? And like, it freaks me out that, you know, people can be so angry and just like, he didn't even want to hear it. Like, if it was me, I'd be like, I'd probably get out and be like, oh, is something wrong? And I'm waiting to park. I'd be like, oh, sorry. Like, I live here. Like, I was just sorry that you were waiting. I just explain. Anyone can be on the road. Same with parents. Anyone? Yeah, definitely. Cinemichael, yeah. Some people, that's the thing. It's people who are like really scary freak me out with the driving. We got road rage, didn't... Do you know what, Cinemichael? It really annoys me about that because there's so many things that you have to go through to adopt a kid. But it's not the other way around. You could just have one, but you have to go through so much. And I think it's like, it feels unfair, doesn't it? We got road raged at in London once. I'm amazed the guy didn't pause when he saw the driver was dressed as a Harley Quinn classic. Oh, Biscuit! I would definitely pause. And social media in general has taught me there are many people with issues. There's a lot of people who are very frightening, I think. And it is one of those things where you're a little bit like, I don't know what you're gonna do. And that's what scares me about driving is it's the people. Okay, where am I going to put some more sparkles? Morning, Zombell, how are you? You just learn to let things go. It's not worth getting involved in things. V6, I feel like you've noticed I've tried very hard to do a lot of things like that over the past few years. Just leave it. It's not worth it. Let's just leave it. Okay, cool. Just go fuck myself. Hey, Mikey, how are you? Like, why are you being so reckless? You can get a donut one. Oh my god, Clementine. Do you know what? The thing that gets me is when someone gets so angry that they overtake you and then they have to stop at a red light and you pull up very, very gently behind them. And you're like, for what? Now we're both still here. Or when the light goes green and within a millisecond someone's beeped at you. Like, okay. Okay. Whole van blocking the road. Yeah, I've seen that so many times. Mum just goes, "Yeah, you didn't get very far." I literally, isn't it? It's that. It's you look at it and you think like, I just apologize about it, even when they're in the wrong, because it's literally that's the thing, isn't it? It's literally not worth it. Sorry, I didn't. I didn't know I was. Yes, I didn't know we were racing. Somebody was flashing me from the back in the car the other day, because I was in the lane. I was in like the fast lane, and they wanted to overtake me, but the lane I was in was to the correct lane, because I was about to go on the roundabout, and they kept flashing me, and I was, because basically being like, move, because I saw them come up really quick, and I was like, no, I'm okay here. We're about to go on this roundabout and I need to be in this lane, so you can stop. And I remember just thinking, because it freaks me out, because I think like, am I doing something wrong? But I need to be here. Seems to work. Better than screaming. Yeah, sometimes it's just one of those like, just sigh. I was going through a three-way intersection. I didn't have to have a stop, but the other two ways did. So I drove through. A guy with a stop also decided he would go, so I flipped him off. Then he like stopped and started waving, so I figured he was waving me to go around him, so I did. Went and parked, and he pulled up beside me and started yelling at me. What? Oh my god, Clementine. That's so scary. Oh my god, I'd be so frightened. I had to ask him at YouTube. like, what is wrong with them? Yeah, like, I'd also be like, for what? Like, for what? Like, that's so oh my god, it's too much. There's a rule in some states here, in a roundabout, if you're going straight through, you have to indicate left and then right, since technically it's a second exit, which is so dumb because you don't turn off the roads. Plus, people giving way won't see the indicator. That's... Okay. Also, that's interesting that it's in some states. So you could drive through one state and it's fine, and you drive through another state and you have to do that. Let me have a look at Pinwheel Candy. Don't some of them have a slight amount of green that runs through them. And some of that must be so confused. Do you have that in the US as well? I had an incident in the US where it looked like the angry guy in the car next to me was reaching for a gun. So I did some creative driving. So I leave the freeway. I didn't want... Whoa, my God. That is so scary, Zero. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. The worst experience I had was actually as a pedestrian. Van driving, literally mounted the curb. I was walking about 50 meters in front of me and I was on the brink of jumping in a bush before they gained control again. Oh my God. Do you know what I always think about is, and I know it sounds really silly, but one of the things that I always think about is whenever like buses or like tall vehicles turn a corner, I always think it might tip, which is it feels like irrational thought. But if I'm walking there, I always look at it and I always think like, oh my God. Like, I always think about it. I think I might add an extra red stripe in so it can't be confused with the rising sun. Just make it very clear. Oh my God, really, Zero? That must have been really stressful. This looks so pretty. Thanks so much, Dusty. Dusty, do you have a lot of work to do over the holidays for university, or do you get a bit more of a break? Or are you giving yourself work? Candy cane round. I already love this paint. Thanks, Michael. Yeah, like this. Okay, hang on a minute. Because the new stuff starts in Jan. Okay, nice. What did I study? Graphic communication and typography. By trade, I'm a graphic designer. Graphic design is my passion. Is it? Is that why you made your logo in Photoshop? Yeah, I really was happy to add the little sparkles. I think it makes a big difference. Okay, I think adding in this little stripe throughout the middle is helping. So when we got it, oh sorry, before taking off and the eggs looked really bad, so I suggested to my brother that he shouldn't eat them, to which he agreed, and then he ate them anyway! Which he opened the window for that stuff and it hit the car behind us. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, nice, Dusty. Are you playing it on like the Switch or something? More passion, more energy, more passion, more energy. Oh my god, that sounds awful. Zero, just thinking about that whole concept. Oh my god. Or being an attentive moderator for some streamer lady I know. Well, I don't know who she is, but I'm sure she's extremely grateful. You not! Okay, I think it doesn't look like it's something from Japan anymore. But extremely chaotic. Oh my god, chat, I took this really funny photo of myself last night. Because I took the makeup off my face, but I didn't take my lenses out. Look. It's on the back. Look how creepy I look. I sent it to Star Wars lady because she had to go to some like family dinner, and I said, hey, if you're having trouble at an awkward family dinner, remember who your real friends are. And then I sent her this. With the first two. Why would you do that? I just thought it'd be funny. The eyes are horrifying. That's what I thought. I was looking in the mirror and I was like, Jesus Christ. I look awful. Let's take some selfies. I did send it to Cassie, but I wrote, sorry, wrong person. New profile picture. I should make it my new profile picture on WhatsApp. No, there's too many clients on my WhatsApp. We've been through this dance. I know it's not my younger. I will say, I think it's one of those things. It's so liberating. It's really liberating when you make yourself look absolutely unhinged and awful, and you just... Huh. I can look as bad as I want. That's me. LinkedIn. So if Cassie ghosts you, now we know why. I'm literally in her phone as Demon Croft. Or Satan. I can't remember which one she changed it to. Right, Banks. It looks just enough, I think. I think it's just the right amount of unhinged. I'm going to tell you that to make a dating profile and use that picture just to see what happens. That would be pretty funny. Okay. These lashes are cute. Hey, didn't I get some new lashes earlier the other day? Hey! Hey, listen! Hey! Hey, listen! Hey! God, weirdos are being into this picture. Yes, exactly. Linda. Chat, should we have a read of A Strange and Unsung All-Star from the Multiverse while I'm here? Because this is something I also have on my desk. I made a TikTok last night because I was just in the mood to just be unhinged, clearly, of things, and I titled it "Things on My Desk That Just Make Sense," and I featured the brick because I think to you lot in chat it would make sense, and you would, Fergie, please. And that you guys would get it, but I was looking at it and I was like, actually, yeah, this probably does look really bizarre. So pleased with yourself. It's liberating. It really is. But this is what my desk looks like. I was thinking maybe I could do some more like behind the scenes so you guys could see the kind of lifestyle I live. That's what I was thinking. Guys, I just finished my morning coffee. I'm really proud of myself. Well done. Thank you. I thought you were saying well done about the video, but I had to remind myself I was just talking about the coffee. Hey, look here. I'm not Barbie. Hey, listen. Even though it's almost 2:30 for you, perfect time to go to the dentist. Cinemichael, what are you talking about? Behind the camera, everything is on fire. No, quite literally. I should tidy my desk. I said if I got 1 like, I would tidy it, and I think I got... How many did I get? Shit, I forgot to check. Also, I absolutely love this soundbite that people are using on TikTok. I did one last night where it says like, "You're the digital camera friend," and it's just a video of them taking out the SD card, plugging the SD card into an adapter, plugging the adapter into the phone so that they can use their so that they can access their photos. And the soundbite is, "And I work like a dog." 2:30. $2.30. $2.30. I'm not doing this. I'm leaving. I can't. I don't even know if he's online. Is he online? Also, Hang on. I'm still not sure what look I'm gonna do for payday later. I don't think I want to do a whole mask. Saving that. I'm just going to check the art category on Twitch out of interest. It just seemed to have everything that seems to have blown over on Twitch, actually. Oh yeah, we did talk about the pellet joint. Okay. I need to get my roots done. Bye, thanks. Have a good Christmas. Yes. No. Absolutely. Not today. Oh my god, I forgot we were going to read about a strange and unsung hero. I'll hope it's her random page. Bouncing boy! First appearance, Action Comics. Good things rarely come from not paying attention. Sorry, 1 second. Well, hang on a minute. hang on. Good things rarely come. Okay, yeah, no, that does make sense. Good things rarely come from not paying attention to what you're doing, but for Charles Chuck Tane, carelessness led to a life of heroics. I'm going to read it to you like it's a story time. Chuck was a lab worker in the 13th century on Earth, where sports still reigned supreme, or at least they did for him. While at his job and not on break, he accidentally drank an experimental superplastic fluid as he watched a game. The fluid didn't kill him. Instead, his blunder gave him the power to inflate into a spongy round shape that allowed him to bounce and ricochet around without the need for medical insurance. No, okay, but you could still develop medical needs. Just because if you fall over you're going to bounce doesn't mean that you're not going to get something like asthma. No, that doesn't know. Alright, look, this guy, he works in a lab. Come on, mate, there's other things that you need medical insurance for. And I will fall and therefore immortality. Drinking stuff out of beakers in the lab. It happens to the best of us. It was unclear whether his body inflated like a ball or individual cells expanded, thereby decreasing his overall density while increasing his overall dimensions and making him bouncy. Either way, Chuck's powers were formidable, even if it took a moment for the Legion of Superheroes to realise it. Bouncing Boy was initially rejected by the Legionnaires. It took defeating a robber who used electric weaponry to change their minds. Chuck would be forced to leave the team shortly after losing his powers by jumping in front of a matter shrinking machine. Oh, that sounds like a matter shrinking machine. Sounds like it has put Matter Eater Lad on a diet. Thanks to Dr. Zan Orbal, Chuck's powers were restored and he rejoined the Legion. With or without his powers, Chuck had a lot to offer personality-wise. He possessed an enormous amount of charm, wit, and good humour. He fell in love with founding Legionnaire, Triplicate Girl, later known as Duplicate Girl. Did she lose one? What happened? Thanks to a doctor. Okay, so does he need medical insurance on that? Stop it, because I've got tears. And the two eloped on Mars shortly after he proposed. Of course they did. Due to a Legion rule forbidding marriage between members, they were both forced into early retirement, but returned as reserve members once the unnecessary rule was overturned. They they remained one of the shining examples of a happily married couple in the future. As much as Bouncing Boy enjoyed being a superhero, he also took pleasure in training the next crop of them, and he became a teacher at the Legion Academy. A long way from his start as a clumsy lab assistant. Oh, we have some intel on the Doctor. Dr. Zan Orbel. First appearance. Sorry, I'm still laughing at the medical insurance comment you made. The renowned geneticist was the first... Is that you, Dusty? Was the first subject of the Wicked Prince Evelo's experiments, which left him disfigured, though Zan appeared to be a member of Evelo's group. The Devil's Dozen. I need to touch my makeup up. This is so funny. I think I have red paint in my eye. The Devil's Dozen, and he was secretly biding his time until he could exact revenge, returning to the practice of medicine. He not only helped Bouncing Boy, but was responsible for regrowing Lightning Lad's arm and helping Matter-Eater Lad lose weight. It was the Matter-Eater Lad machine! The matter-shrinking machine! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh no, it's too much, chat, it's too much. Zero, this book has been it's been a real treasure. This is the gift that keeps on giving. I'm doing PUBG on another monitor. I've got you reading this. Bouncing Boy. People got paid to come up with this stuff. Except adults come up with it instead of a 5-year-old. What was Peacemaker's ability again? He makes peace more. It's in the name. I wonder if there's a Marvel version. Oh my god. I hope so. Do I want these lashes? Do these lashes feel festive? Yeah, I think so. Oh, please. He has amazing aim. I too am a maker of peace. I think you could probably tell, if you told Amanda Waller about your amazing aim, she might put you on a team. though I would not recommend it. The Noob Squad. Well, that's my team. Did you actually, Biscuit? You got it in the lane next to you? Have no fear, the Noob Squad is here. You were just showing them how it's done, Biscuit. Have you seen some of those videos where they've like... oh, it's awful. Where they've tried to do darts, but they've accidentally missed and then just hit their friend and it's just like sticking out of them. That's my fear of... I don't like that. I'm scared. A bullseye is a bullseye. Yeah, I agree with you. Nailed it. Was it your first time trying It was your first time trying archery? In secondary school? That's so cool. I've always wanted to try. That's impressive, Biscuit.
Charge complete.
Thanks, headphone lady. Oh my god, Ken, yes! I always think that, especially about the Paralympics, that when you see like what people are able to do, I think it's really inspiring. They're amazing. Oh, hang on, I've missed a little bit. I remember them setting a challenge with a regular piece of paper on the target, on the furthest one. Every time you hit it, you folded it in half. Oh my god, I had it folded a couple of times so it was barely visible, and I hit it again, and my best friend was like, lucky you won't hit it again, as I released the next tower, and behold, you hit it! Oh my god, Ode. That is so impressive. Wow. I'd love to try one day. There was an English word, bula, which meant boss, and which meant boss, and the center of the target might have been called the bullseye. Oh, really? Which they changed to. Oh, really? That's so interesting. Hey, Plain Simple, how are you? Rough night of sleep. Your TSS? A trombone sandstorm syndrome. I was like, you're what? I think axe throwing is really fun, Biscuit. Weirdly, surprisingly, I was actually pretty good at it. I know what you're all thinking. I was thinking the same. The word boss ultimately has its origins in Old English to mean boss, which meant cow, a bovine animal. Do you know, I always think that a lot about how language evolves so much and very quickly. Because it makes me laugh when people get like angry. And again, I think it's kind of like people are angry when they don't really fully understand certain things. Like when people are upset that, oh, it used to mean so and so, but now it means this. But it's like, yeah, but that happens with everything. Like language is something that just evolves. It's just it just does. Can I post a link here? So it's nothing against you, but you can't post links in the chat, like no one can apart from moderators. So please could you either send it to a moderator and then they can post it in the chat, or put it in Discord and then we can see it. It's like no one can. Oh god, yeah, no problem. I think Dusty is here, out in the background. Oh, did you hear that chat? That was my back. Okay. And then I really like that lip gloss, that lip oil, sorry. Where did it go? Where did I put it? I missed the asterisk. Well, I haven't actually had a lot of people just try. So if you, I thank you, Ode. I think if you, because, oh, there it is. It's right at the top. So one of the things about the posting links in chat, again, it's like some people will come in and the first thing they'll do is post a link, and and obviously you're a bit like, what's this? But I haven't had a lot of people do it recently, which is good, I guess, because it means, you know, people aren't trying to send trolly stuff. Not knowing how to expand on it. Yeah, so we're talking about how, you know how I just said that sometimes people get really angry about how language is super evolving now, like how we have new words or something will come to mean certain slang nowadays, but like it's always been that way. When you point that out to some people, sometimes they just get really, really mad. But it's silly when they do that. Yeah, it's really strange, isn't it? Like, why are you mad? Damn, this hair. Constantly, yeah. And like, you would think people would be more like, oh yeah, actually, fair enough. Oh, it means this. I think the only one that, I don't think is right, but I am also trying to break the habit of doing is because I think it started as people would use it as a joke, and I think it's ended up like it's a really good word, but I don't want it to lose its meaning, is to use the word literally when something is not literal. So if I was to be like, I've literally used all of my makeup today. No, you didn't. Yeah, maybe you're wearing like quite a lot, but you didn't use all of it, did you? But I think, so that one I'm trying to, I'm very aware of when I say it, and I always think like, oh, actually, no, wrong word. So that's the only one which I think it's a really, really good word for what it means. So I think it's better to leave that one. I literally died of embarrassment. Yes. Yeah, Dusty. Literally makes my blood boil. Yeah, that's the one that I noticed. Somebody pointed it out and I was like, oh, actually, it's a really good point. I never noticed. And then I realised I did it. So I was like, right, I'm going to try and like kick this habit. Jamie Oliver's cooking vocab. What do you mean? Does he say literally all the time? I think that's like, I don't really care for a lot of stuff, but I think it's a really good word to not to use. I think it's a word that we shouldn't use incorrectly, because it's got a very good meaning, and the way we use it is the very opposite of the term. So there's a little bit there's like slang in the South which I think is extremely contradicting, and it's the word bear. And fine, so you could say like, oh, I'm bear hungry, which would mean I'm really hungry. But then I think it's a bizarre term to use if your cupboards are full and of food, and you would say like, my cupboards are bare full, because then it doesn't make sense in that context. But I've heard people use it. But if you were to say that your cupboards were bare, then it would mean that there's not much in them. Bear cringe, innit? So I think the word bear, and it very much depends on where you're going to use it, because then in a lot of cases it doesn't make any sense. but it's slang. But English is hard enough. Thank you so much, Dusty and Ode. Uncle Kinsman. To mean a person in charge who is not a master. Dutch. How interesting. Meaning a bear has eaten all my food. Used to address an older relative. It's really interesting, isn't it, to see where like some words just come from. I have to check the link to make sure it's appropriate. No, that's totally fine. Thanks so much, Dusty. We've had some people try and do some trickery before. Like, this one came up. Yeah, you knew about this one, yeah. It's really interesting. I've never looked into it before, but I think it is something that would be really interesting to look into. The stuff that I also, the stuff that I've studied, I would think is like fascinating. Can I tell you one of the things I love? Can I tell you about something that I think is, sorry, that was my keyboard. Can I tell you about something I think is really interesting? It's not about etymology, but something that I think is really cool, and I actually wrote a paper about it at university. Is my homeboy, Andreas Vesalius. my homeboy from 1514. One of the things that I love about this is, let me make sure I get a picture that's really appropriate. I think I'll go for the skeleton ones because they're totally fine. So Andreas Vesalius was one of the first guys to, he wrote a book all about medicine. Here we go. Here's one of my favorite ones. He wrote a book and he was studying like anatomy, and because he wanted to study medicine. Now at the time, a lot of scholars, when they would teach about medicine, they were not actually the ones to do the dissection of like a human or whatever it was that was on the table. They would actually stand on like a platform and have somebody else do it. And so it was very much like that kind of a vibe. So the first page in the book is actually this giant illustration, and this illustration is so interesting because if you see, let me create myself a mouse. Okay, okay. So you can see here, this guy that my book is over there is Andreas Vesalius. This is my guy. And he's the one actually performing the dissection here. Now, this skeleton here is actually the scholar, and it's to suggest like the scholar is dead because they shouldn't be doing this. If he's the one who knows all the information, it should be him who's teaching the lecture. And so all of these people are crowding around, and he makes it more accessible so more people can find out about it. And it's a really, really interesting subject. Now, one of the things that I love the most about Andreas Vesalius is this was still done at a time where with religion, you were not permitted to draw pictures of anatomy and be like, it's actual science, because like the church would frown upon it. And so you just weren't allowed to do it because it was kind of like suggesting that like not everything is like God's creation or whatever. Anyway, whatever. I'm not going to get into a religious topic. So all of his anatomical illustrations are drawn as if they're art pieces. So when he's showing the spine and the back of a skeleton, he's drawn it crying. And it doesn't look hygienic. It wouldn't pass today. But they're all drawn in such a stunning matter because it was done in a way to kind of like hide the fact that this is actually an anatomical book. Yeah, right. Oh my God. And his drawings are gorgeous. So these are the skeletons. You can have a look at some of the other ones as well. Like there's ones where it's like this, it's a human, but like the skin here has like been peeled off. So it shows muscle. And he was the one who actually went through and I think people like when they have had dead bodies and like they would look at them and like study them. It looks even, but it's so interesting. This is just his mate Skeleton Bob, and so that's why here they're drawn in such a way that they're very, very artful. And if you go through a lot of his drawings, a lot of them are very, very accurate for the time. Literally hiding in plain sight. This book was thick. I've had the honor of being able to like handle one and essentially read one, and a genuine one from the 15th century, from the 1500s, which was an amazing experience. I loved it so much. I got in trouble, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And so they're all drawn like this, so that it seems like it's an artist's rendition book. It's not actually a science book. And so you can have a look through, if you just type in, his name is Andreas Vesalius. I always struggle to pronounce, I don't actually know if it was the first edition. I actually struggle to pronounce the name of the book. I always, Humani Corporis, I think. I'm not fluent in it, but I love all of his art pieces and all of his drawings. And also the study that I actually did when I was at university was I was testing how user-friendly medical illustrations were for students. So I was trying to figure out, like, you know, what is more readable. So I took samples from Andreas Vesalius's book. I also took samples from Gray's Anatomy 5th edition, I think, and I took a contemporary biology textbook, and I took the same subject. So I took like a piece of the spinal cord, an eye, like a cross section of the eye, and I did another one. I can't remember what it was. I did another organ, and I gave these students this like test where I said to them, here's all the stuff, label the different part, like biology students, like label all the different parts. I actually found what's really funny was the one that they performed the best on was Andreas Vesalius's drawings from the 1500s than the contemporary textbook today. They found they got more correct answers from a book from 500 years ago. But it's obviously like it's just like a small study. So if I did it properly, there would be hundreds of test subjects and hundreds of students. Yeah, it was really interesting. So medical illustrations I think are really, really fascinating, and they're very interesting. But what I think is super interesting is how far back they go and how people had to get around them. So Andreas Vesalius, if it ain't bro, don't fit. That's exactly what I was laughing at. But, you know, it could have been wrong. It could have just been like the people that I picked. Maybe they just so happened to have guessed correctly. I don't know. Because some of them were like, can we help each other with the answers? And I was stood there like, no. No, you can't. So, you know, some of the people could have been like not the best at anatomy and better in things like disease. You don't know. For real. Yeah, it was really, really interesting. So this is something that I find personally super, super interesting, and that I wrote a paper on it before. But the people, if you're smart, they're given credit for. This scholar is dead is true. It's so interesting to see how they depicted like medicine and like medical illustrations and anatomy prior. Using art to learn is helpful. That's why I like art being added to it. Oh my gosh. So art to learn is a very, very helpful thing. And another thing that I think is a really, really helpful tool that a lot of people don't necessarily utilize is don't necessarily just study anatomy if you're going to be studying art. There's things that you can do which is like anatomy for artists, in which case you won't see like, oh, well, this is just the collarbone. You will see that people will be like, this is a collarbone. The shape of it is actually more similar to a bow. And things like that are actually better for understanding, because you're comparing it to shapes, etc., that you already know. And I think that's a really, really interesting tool to have. Not necessarily just, yes, the heart has X amount of valves and X amount of veins that you will see. I think it's also interesting to be like, it would be similar in shape to X. And so things like that are really, really helpful. So I haven't done it for a while, but sometimes I'll go through and study little bits like that to help me. I'm sorry, yeah, look for anatomy for artists, because one of the things I used to struggle with was my own collarbone with shading. I used to almost shade it like an equals sign over there and here, and it improved a lot more when I understood the shape of a collarbone is naturally more like a bow. And so, yeah, learning that made a big difference for me. So I think that's really interesting. Furthermore, I think I was going to include like Da Vinci's work, but I actually was not viable to be published because Da Vinci's medical illustrations were actually published after his death. So his book doesn't technically count. I thought this was really sad as like this medical illustration book. There was some like almost like weird legal thing about it, so I actually couldn't use it, and I was really disappointed. But yeah, so I ended up going with Grey's Anatomy. But yeah, it was really, really interesting, and I think it's just a cool thing to know. Bye. If not, I'll be on later tonight anyway. Oh, really? How sad? It is quite sad. Like I think that happens to a lot of people though, doesn't it? Where people realize the actual gravity of people's work after they've passed away. Like I think that's one of the reasons why I always find that episode of Van Gogh from Doctor Who really, really emotional, because he doesn't know, and he never would. Book is added to my thank you. Book is added to my wish list. Yeah, so there is a book. I asked for it for Christmas, but I asked from a big list of things, so I don't know if I'm going to get it. It's called The History, the illustrations from the works of Andreas Vesalius of Brussels, and it's so interesting. So if you see some medical illustration, if you see like skeletons and they look super artful, or they're like they look like they're dancing, sometimes from that time period they are drawn that way because it's hiding from the church. It's like, oh no, it's art, because art is permitted, but researching certain things in science was not. No more book recommendations. Oh, it's such a powerful episode. Yeah. Just in the time I have to go do things for my woman, I'll be back. No problem. If not, Zero, don't worry. I'll be on later tonight anyway. A poor struggling artist will and sometimes it's after their death, and that's really, really sad. Kind of a little bit like how everyone is obsessed with Bob Ross now, similar, like almost like a today's age kind of a thing. But he's never seen that, and I think it's so interesting. Also, it's hypothesized that he did actually cut his ear off, but that the kid in the village accidentally shot it off. Whew! I think, that would be really interesting to see what actually happened. Hi gang, how are you? I went to an exhibition of Da Vinci sketches. The shield bow was fun. I think I saw an exhibition, but I wasn't able to go. I went to the Michelangelo sketches exhibition, and that was really interesting. Because he would sketch a lot of the things and then draw it onto, like, the Sistine Chapel. But you'd find these, like, small sketches, and I just thought it was fascinating. Like, wow. Like, you didn't just do it straight away? Mr. Biggie, thank you so much for the 1,500. Thank you so much, thank you. Until someone stole it. Like, it's so interesting how things, like, always make a comeback later on. And also, like, The Great Wave by Hokusai, that used to be sold for, like, the same price as a bowl of ramen, and now is one of the most recognized art pieces from Japan of all time ever, and people will literally put it on anything. But it was just a woodblock print that Hokusai made and didn't really think too much of it, and it didn't really sell too many copies. Imagine selling it for the same price as a bowl of ramen. Imagine how much that stuff is worth now for a woodcut. He made so many copies of it. I went to an exhibition for that as well. Thank you so much, Absolutely. Thank you so much for all these bits, guys. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate so much. Oh my god. Thank you. Yeah, sorry, that's just something that I personally find super interesting, because you guys are talking about, like, etymology being super, super interesting, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have something that I really like, and it's really unrelated to everything else that I do, but I just think it's so interesting, like, the way that medical illustrations, especially the skeletons, are drawn from the 1500s. It's very, very interesting. Andreas Vesalius, my guy, I love him so much. I thought it was a really very high IQ. And some of the illustrations that he has drawn are not accurate, because he was trying to figure out what things would look right in the human body, but he couldn't actually get a specimen, so he would end up like looking at like an alligator, which is obviously very different, but it's all he could get hold of. So he was trying to figure out how it would translate, and so that's why some of the stuff that you'll see in his work is like, it's because he was trying to figure it out, and I just think it's so interesting. Like, What a fascinating thing to do. What a fascinating guy. What a guy. Chat. I'm going to go get my hat and my shawl. And I'm going to go to the loo. So I'm just going to do a quick be right back. All right? Okay, great. Whoa, gang, that's so cool. Hi, Toasty. Hi, Noella, how are cool, thanks. Just a little look today. Your makeup looks awesome, thank you. Thanks, Ken. I thought it was really funny. I haven't been on Twitter in a while. Let me have a quick look. I love it so much, Mr. Piggy. It makes a big difference, don't you think? I'm so broad. No, wait, I've done this wrong. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. And you're still live? I started again. Hold slightly off my shoulders. Yeah, like they always rise back up again. Martha May who? Martha May Mel? Alright, sorry, turn off. At the end of a turtleneck. Ah, yeah, it's really tough. Assassin movie. When Santa needs someone taken out, he calls the candy cane Christmas's most deadly assassin. I like it. I like it. I might put white contact lenses in for the final picture, actually. Do you guys like that? Do you guys like it? For targets. Yeah, like a candy cane weapon, and then you eat the evidence. Yay! Thanks so much, everyone. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I like the little sparkles. I think they're really cute. So a small look, but I had a lot of fun doing it. I have a question for you guys though. What did you guys think about today's stream time? Like the time that I went live. Does this work out better for some of you? Or like, is it just like, it's Christmas so it works out? Because a lot of people are off work. Not that I'm going to change, I'm not going to change my entire schedule. I just think it's interesting if I was going to add some in. I just got home from work. Is it your last day today, Toasty? If I was to add, it's a nice stream time. Okay, so if I was to add in an extra stream every now and then, because sometimes there's extra looks I want to do, but I struggle to get the evenings in. Perfect for you. Just better for the holidays. Okay, I might do it a little bit more next week to get some more makeup looks in. Absolutely. What do you mean you're extra? What do you mean? I might, just so I know, because then at least I could add a few more in. I was like, how long did I sleep? I confused you all. But okay, yeah, due to Christmas. Well, it's good to know regardless, though, for me, because at least, you know, it's... I don't want to make it so every time I stream it has to be in the evening, because sometimes it's quite nice to do a daytime one. This could work. Oh, nice. Okay, I wouldn't mind trying a few more during this time. Okay, good to know. Thank you. Right, guys, so here's the plan. I'm going to go take some photos and some videos of this as my standard usual practice for this makeup look. At 6 p.m, I'm going to be live again. And I'm going to be playing Payday 3. We have a sponsored stream tonight. Unfortunately, Cassie messaged me and she's really, really sick. She's really bad today. So I'll be doing it. So I won't be playing with Cassie. But hopefully I get to play with her at some point over the Christmas holidays. So in a few hours' time, I'm going to be live again. And we'll be playing Payday 3. I'll do a makeup look, but I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet. I've done the mask a few times, so I feel like it would be cool to do something else. So I might do something little. We'll see. Because last time I wrote pay up across my face, but maybe this time I'd figure out something else. And I've done the dollar sign. Yeah, same gang. I hope she feels better. I'll figure something out, and then we'll do that, and then we'll go into the game. Okay? And I've also got a vertical video. I've got a new reel that's going to be going live for Payday, etc. So keep an eye out for that, okay? All right, guys. I'll catch you. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Oh, Charlotte Tilbury alive. Let's raid Megan Davina. All right, let's raid. Oh, sugar, hang on a minute. Why am I putting a space in between them? Please show them some love. They've shown us so much love. And I will catch you guys tonight, okay? Thank you so much, all of you. I think you're all fabulous. Thank you again. I really, 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 really appreciate it. Thank you so much. They look gorgeous and stunning as per usual. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you guys in a few hours, okay? You love the new stream time. I'll see what I can do, especially next week, about adding some more in, okay? Thanks so much, guys. Love you so much. Bye. Oh, really? Okay, good to know. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Bye. See you in a few hours. Bye.